peace that they deserved. At the Security Council, the Foreign Minister forcefully raised the Jammu and Kashmir dispute, the Indian unilateral and illegal actions since 5th August 2019, and the recent delimitation exercise, terming them an assault not only on the people of Kashmir, but an assault on the United Nations, the Security Council and its resolutions, and the 4th Geneva Convention, all while the internationally recognized disputed status of Jammu and Kashmir was being undermined and the Muslim majority of the Kashmiris being turned into minority in their own land. The Foreign Minister urged the Security Council to shoulder its responsibility and to resolve the Jammu and Kashmir dispute. The Foreign Minister noted that Pakistan had seen the cost of war up close. We had also witnessed how after decades of conflict, ultimately dialogue and diplomacy were the path to a conclusion. He appealed to the Security Council to deploy dialogue and diplomacy in pursuit of peace before and not after the war. He called for breaking the cycle of conflict that would enable the new generation to unlock its true potential and help address the challenges facing the international community. While in New York, the Foreign Minister had other important engagements on the sidelines, including meetings with the UN Secretary General and the President of the General Assembly. These were opportunities to brief them on issues of our interest, especially Kashmir and Afghanistan. Also on the sidelines, the Foreign Minister had bilateral meetings with the Turkish Foreign Minister and the Italian Foreign Minister, covering the entire range of bilateral and other issues with these two friendly countries. In the bilateral meeting, Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken reaffirmed the strong determination of Pakistan and the United States to strengthen their broad-based, long-standing bilateral relations. They covered the full spectrum of Pakistan-US relations and discussed global and regional situation. The two sides expressed satisfaction over the ongoing bilateral engagement in the areas of trade and investment, climate, energy, health and education, and underlined the need to further reinforce cooperation through dialogue and decisions at a higher level. You would have noticed the Foreign Minister also had interactions with Congressman Amy Bera, Representative Adam Smith, Senator Lindsey Graham, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson, the chairperson of the US Congressional Pakistan Caucus. Ladies and gentlemen, the government and people of Pakistan received with a deep sense of sadness and grief the news of the passing away of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the UAE. Earlier this week, the Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister undertook separate visits to the UAE to offer condolences to the newly elected President of the UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and to the Al Nahyan family and the leadership and people of the UAE. In solidarity with the brotherly people of UAE, the Government of Pakistan announced 3 days national mourning from 13th to 15th of May with the national flag flying at half-mast, both in Pakistan and across all our missions abroad. On 16th May, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and His Excellency Li Keqiang, Premier of the State Council of People's Republic of China, held a comprehensive telephonic conversation. The Prime Minister offered his condolences to the government and people of China and expressed sympathies with the families of victims of the heinous terrorist attack that took place at the Karachi University on 26th April, in which 3 Chinese scholars lost their lives. The Prime Minister affirmed that Pakistan was committed to providing highest level of safety and security of all Chinese nationals and institutions working in Pakistan. The two premiers also discussed bilateral matters of